Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to go through a very straightforward, very simple warm-up that you can do. I've been using this over the last couple of weeks. I've been coming back from a little bit of a knee injury. I still have some knee niggles and I find that doing this little warm-up before I head out is absolutely fantastic for kind of alleviating any of the initial tension when I start running. So I start out with just an exercise that will work my ankles, knees and hips, and what I do is I just put my hands on the two knees. They're a little bit apart and I just go side to side. I call this a skiing exercise. So I'm just pushing my knees laterally and forwards, so sideways and forwards. Do a couple of reps now. I'm trying to get about 10 reps, and then from there I'll just do circles going one way, get about 5. You can use a little bit of intensity as you go around, and then I'll change and go the other direction. So it really just works into just warming up that knee area. Get those knees moving. Just one more. From there, I'll come sideways to this one. I'll put one foot behind the other and I just kind of drive my ankle like as though I'm going through a running motion. So with a little bit of intensity, I keep those toes pushed down into the ground and I just get that heel up as high as I can at the back. Again, 10 on each side. So I'll change over. So split stance, keeping the left toes into the ground and just driving that left heel up as high as I can. So it really starts to activate the calf muscles and a little bit of quads at the front, which is always good, especially the medial quadricep muscle, which is just in here or here on the leg that's working. From there then I work a little higher, so I've done the ankles, done the knees. I'm going to start now getting into that hip, so hold on to the wall and I'll just do a straightforward classic hip swings. So as I do more and more, I try and get a little bit further, so try and get that leg to come right up the front and right up at the back. And it's okay to flex at the lumbar spine or the lower back to get added range of motion to those. Then change over, hold on to the wall, just leg straight up and back. So you'll find when you do this, because you're using much bigger muscle groups in the quads, hamstrings, the glutes, and even across the abdominal wall, the core, that the heart rate starts to come up a little bit, which is always good. Then from there, I'm going to be back onto camera now, but I'm really going to work into those calves now. So what I do in this one is just calf raises straight up and down with a little bit of intensity, just to really get those calves and ankle joints warmed up, get the plantar aspect of the foot firing. That's it. From there then, after doing those calves, what I want to do now is really get the abdominal wall activated, and also the hip, and continue warming up those muscles. So what I'm going to do this one is I drive my knee across, and as I drive across, I rotate my body the opposite direction. So it's just, so get real good rotation, and obviously really good hip flexion. That's it, and then change over opposite direction. Make sure you bring it back to the midline when you finish each rep. And relax. From there then, this will be the last exercise I do before I go to this. Don't really get those hips and knees. I'm going to stand in a wide stance and I'm just going to bend one knee down and then come back up. So you're activating those muscles, but you're also really stretching out the adductor muscles as well. So it's really getting those hips to get some good range of motion, but really good stretch down through the hamstrings and through the adductor muscles. So you can feel those knees are really getting mobilized now as we drive forwards. The ankles are still getting a lot of mobilization because they're getting flexed and extended, or dorsiflexed and plantar flexed. That's it. And relax. Okay, so that's it on that warm-up. It's very straightforward, it's very simple. It starts at the ankles, moves up to the knees, goes into the hips. It mobilizes all the joints, gets everything moving, gets everything ready for that run that you're about to do. It also activates a lot of those muscles, so you get into calves, the hamstrings, quads, adductors, glutes, and even across that core. Absolutely fantastic exercise to get you warmed up before you go out the door, and a really good way to give you some resolve on those muscle injuries. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Remember, run far, run fast, but most of all, run sensible.